towards us. And for that I would like to ask Jens to come in front.
Alright, okay. So I'm here today to give my icebreaker speech. And that means talking about yourself, talking about your life, your personality, the things you're passionate about, or what has shaped you to become the person you are today. And according to the Toastmasters Handbook, that's the easiest kind of way to start becoming more comfortable when speaking in front of an audience. Because you're the expert on the topic, you've got lots of stories to share, lots of details about your life. You've got a big background about the topic, essentially, and that's why it should be easy to talk about. I don't think so, actually. But I still thought I was going to go through with it. I thought about telling you my whole life story, maybe sharing a few funny ones, maybe telling you how I ended up in Groningen, or telling you what I want to do with my career. But then I thought, why don't I share with you my thoughts about this particular type of speech, where I don't think it's the easiest way to start becoming more comfortable when speaking in front of an audience, and what we could possibly learn from this. I feel like talking about yourself can actually be a lot harder in some regards than talking about some neutral topic, such as climate change or my take on the modern educational system, for example. But why is that so? Or at least, why is it so for me? Well, if you're talking about some neutral topic, you're not putting yourself out there as much as when you're sharing something about your personality, you're sharing some personal memory, some private insight about you. When you're doing that, actually, you're putting yourself out there a lot, and you're making yourself vulnerable. Sharing some delicate detail about yourself opens up the door for others to come in, to judge you, to evaluate you, and to change their opinion about you, possibly for the worse. And if I've got this idea about myself that I want to live up to, this way I want to perceive myself as, and I want others to perceive me, then the moment I step on stage and I open myself up, that image is in danger. And of course, this anxiety is enhanced quite a bit while I'm on stage, because you're solely being judged on the 5-minute talk you're going to give. But I feel like it boils down to really a general fear about opening up to others, that all of us share, maybe some of us more than others. And this fear of opening up to others, in essence, is just a fear of being vulnerable. We fear that others won't understand us, or might even judge us, when we show to them our fragile, suffering, and anxious selves. We tend to believe that the problems we face in our lives are quite unique and quite special, and tend to forget that the vast majority of us actually fears being rejected by others, fears being left alone, fears not being good enough, and fears failing in life. But think about how friendships are formed. If you think about this, you'd usually say it happens rather mysteriously. You just click with someone, and then you gradually become friends. But really, what lies at the heart of a good friendship is vulnerability. If you think about what makes you likable, you'd probably mention a couple of your strengths, a couple of your accomplishments. And those things tend to impress others, of course, but it's usually not what draws them to you. In essence, we get close to others when we successfully manage to overcome the official accounts of our lives and really get down to the awkward truths of ourselves. And those are the kind of truths we've been carrying around for ourselves for most of the time, such as how unlike normal human sexuality, our sex lives are actually, how frustrating and unsatisfactory our family lives can be, how full of envy our careers turn out to be, and how much we worry all the time. But I believe that there lies a lot of potential in realizing this fear of opening up to others. Vulnerability, I think, isn't something to be avoided or to be scared of, but actually something to seek out explicitly, as it can go a long way in helping you to connect with others. And I've started realizing this, and it's something I'm still working on. I want to end with a quote. It's deeply saddening how much time and energy we expend into appearing strong before the world, when it's really ever just the revelation of the somewhat embarrassing, sad, anxious bits of ourselves that are what makes us endearing to others and that are what can transform strangers into friends. Thank you.
Beautifully spoken. And it's almost Brene Brown quality.